please bear with me. I'm not using my own computer. I have used a Windows machine for a good 15 years, so if I'm making a mess of it, I'm going to blame it on that. This is the entry page for the forum, and it looks much better, obviously. When you come back to it, if you haven't logged in before, your username will remain the same, but your password will need to be updated. So, forgot password, it will email the password to the email address that was in the previous forum. We've transferred over everything that was possible to transfer from the previous forum. There are certain things that couldn't be brought over, not because of anything other than I was getting problems with them. I couldn't figure out the problems, and basically your private discussions are lost. They're not lost. If there's something you desperately need, we can retrieve it. But none of that got transferred over because there isn't matching functionality within Flare to support that. So let me just log in. As I said, my mask has been torn off. I am aware support 3. There is now no longer the ability to hide behind the name. Joys of auto-generating passwords when you're trying to use somebody else's machine. We're finally compliant with cookies legislation. We only use cookies for functionality. And now that you're logged in, you have visibility of a little bit more more detail. Forum size and statistics are all withheld from the general public, though the general public can come in as a guest and use the forum as you can, they just can't post. The structure of the forum is based on tagging, with primary tags being the general topic of the conversation. So help needed, general discussion, problem reports, tips and tricks, and wish lists. And then we have a series of secondary tags, which just help fine-tune the discussion post. And I've added in as many things as I can think of that might refine discussions. But I'm obviously unlikely to have absolutely everything. Thank you much. Absolutely everything, and I am going back and adding things in. So if there's something that you think should be a category here, let me know, and I'll go in and fix it up. So the big colored blobs are the discussion threads. We have a user directory, and as I mentioned to you, the user directory allows you to add in a lot more information about yourself. At the moment, we have you can add in social media. We've carried over location data and so on from the previous forum, and we've got a nice little space if you want to write a little bio about yourself. Each individual user's page allows you to have a look through their previous discussions. Discussions themselves, nice and easy to start. And we'll tag that as a general discussion. bypass the tags. I restricted that functionality to just administrators because I really wanted to force you guys to be as expressive as possible about what you're posting, because it helps everybody in the long run. Into this, we can upload files, and massive improvement from PHP, PB. You can now directly post your ESVs up. You don't need to pretend that they're zip files or mess about with them. Once you've posted media onto the server, you can then reuse it elsewhere within your discussion, so you don't have to keep uploading the same thing or the same image, or if you think that there's something that you previously posted that you want to expand upon, you can pull down on that asset. Basic functionality for formatting and so on. Direct mentions are now available, and you'll get prompted for it. And it's trying to get me to put that second tag in. You're required to have one primary tag, and you can put in multiple secondary tags. So I think I set it to 4. Okay, so that's now my post. We've got a nice little icon for downloading. I think everybody will agree it looks significantly better than it was previously. We don't have private messages, but we do have private discussions, and personally I think they are better because I can add in multiple participants to a discussion. And then carry on. These are not visible to anybody. These are not visible to anybody apart from the named participants, and you will get notified in this section here when you've been invited to or been mentioned, or you've got to reply to any of your previous posts. These all become visible under your profile. So when you go to your own profile, you have all your discussions here mixed in with your general discussions, so you can easily find them. Go back. What else did I? We have improved search. So by using the user colon, I am searching for posts from points well, and that will bring back based on the query tags. Apologies, I'm a bit stumbly because this is all ad hoc and on the fly. I wasn't prepared to write this. Do this. I've put together a forum help section, so we can do advanced. As I said, we can do advanced searches based on a variety of tags, which is a big improvement on the previous server. And you'll also notice that when I do search for search discussions, it's bringing up discussions with solutions first, and if you just press enter, then it's only going to search for solutions rather than open discussions. So when you're looking for open discussions, you just need to choose the bottom half of the query. On the topic of solutions, don't mess up somebody's conversation for that. So this is quite a long one. When I find an answer that I think is the best, by selecting the ellipses, I can select best answer. What that will do is notify the author of that best answer that they've been identified as providing it, and it puts it right at the top of the discussion thread. So you get the question, and then you've got the best answer, and then you can actually zoom forward to that best answer. I'll do that. We've got it's a lot more social media like in your interactions with it. We can live chats, again, that will notify. That becomes very useful in the wish list because we can very quickly see how popular an item is. So I can decide that, yeah, I really like this. And that will help Vlad and myself to identify those items that have a lot of support or a lot of people feel a lot of need for. And one of the ways that I'm looking to, just going to undo that so that where are we going? Thinking, what's going on? One of the things that I'm using to gather feedback is the poll functionality, because it's a lot easier to use on Flare than it was on the old software. I'll show you behind the scenes. So pretty much every one of these boxes here is an extension. Flare, the Flare software itself ships pre-installed with a certain number of these, but we have the ability to write our own or download other extensions and modify the functionality. So if there's specific things that you find that might be useful, let us know, and we'll have a look at adding it in. Much more opportunity for creating individual groups, which allow more granular control. So, for example, we might look at, as Manoj asked earlier, whether he can have some control. My initial thoughts are we'll probably need to look at groups for that, and it'll probably be mandating the license or the moderator control for that group. That might be the way forward. There's lots of stuff that we can do with this. We can build webhooks into our back office, which is what I want to do with the wish list, because that will make it much easier for us to capture and analyze the requests rather than relying on the forum software. There's not really, I don't feel there's very much more that I can tell you unless you've got some questions or something's not clear or you really miss PHPBV, in which case I have good psychiatrists that I can recommend for you. Any questions?
How do you search for day range?
Day range, we have the ability to do that. In the help. So date ranges you can look for created, and you can put a range from one date to another, or search just on a specific date. Anybody else? Is everybody just bored by this?
No.
Good. If there's no questions, I'll wrap up. Thank you very much. I look forward to lots and lots of posts, even if they're, how do I find this?
Now we know where support free is here.
I know I shouldn't have logged in with that.